G'day and welcome. Just had a phone call just as I was starting. I'll put my phone on a little bit quieter. How are you? Headphones on and away we go. Okay, I'm Keeonra from Keeonra Music, and it's just been one of those days already, hasn't it? Yes, it has. Look, life gets like that sometimes, and you just got to deal with what's given to you. But there you go. Alrighty. If you join me in the live stream, well, thank you for joining me. And if you wish to and choose to say hi, that will be nice too. It's always nice to have some company while I make music. I use the term extraordinarily loosely, but music it is. All right, let's make some music. I'm trying to make Oh Holy Night, recreate it. For what it's worth, I guess. It's one of my favourite Christmas carols, and I've sung it many times, and it was one of my mum and dad's favourites too, so it has a bit of meaning there. I remember watching the in Australia, the Christmas carols on Christmas Eve, more so with my mum than my dad, as we set the table for Christmas Day lunch, and we always would listen to and watch the Maya Christmas Bowl Christmas carols that was live in Melbourne. I think recorded in Melbourne and played Christmas Eve. I think it's on some weeks beforehand, but it was always been a tradition in my family ever since I was a kid to do that and sing along with all the Christmas carols. Now, whether you're religious or whatever your belief or faith system is, I think the message is pretty similar for everyone. Be kind to each other. Wouldn't the world be a better place? All right, so that's what it means for me, and I love the music. It's all about the music for me. Yes, there's a message in there. Does it mean what it's meant to mean for me? Well, messages in music means whatever it means to you. So I hope you enjoy this. And if you like it, then do so. If you don't, then you can spend your time doing something else. It's your choice. Funny that. Ah, dear. Haha, Ashley is here. Welcome, Ashley. Yes, I just saw your post in Facebook. You finally have Cubase 13. Woohoo, nice. So many celebrations. Yes. Yeah. I think it's a lot of people in Australia have watched the Christmas carols. It's a social sort of thing our society has done for a long time, and a lot of kids. And years ago, we used to use real candles. I don't now because it's a fire hazard, especially in our very hot summers of Christmas. So, congratulations on Cubase Pro 13. I hope you really enjoy that. There's, I think the better, there's lots of tutorials, but I think the better ones are at the moment on the actual Cubase YouTube channel by Steinberg that are done by Dom Segalis. I'm working my way through those of all the new features, but certainly if you want to get some freebie stuff of intro stuff of how to use Cubase, Born to Produce have some amazing courses there, and I've got a lot of their courses that I'm slowly working through my way through, and I find things, there's a variety of different ways of doing things in Cubase, whether it be shortcut keys or macros or going through the menu system, and they show you all of that. And the first few lessons of their courses, most of their courses, are on their YouTube channel, the Born to Produce YouTube channel, so you can have a look at those. And again, wait for sales. So that's one way of getting used to Cubase, but there's certainly lots of YouTube videos if you want to go down the free track as well. Yes, nice tradition for the looking at the Maya windows too. Yeah, in Melbourne. I think they have something similar here in Perth, but I think Melbourne's more bigger and better at the whole Christmas thing. And I remember in Adelaide we used to have the, well, still do, the biggest pageant in the Southern Hemisphere, I think, is the Christmas pageant. That was a couple of weeks ago. So I always used to go to that as a kid because my brother played the drums in a marching band that played every year in the Christmas pageant. So that was really cool to go watch him. And of course, Father Christmas, Santa. That was a big draw card. Anyway, Christmas is almost here, and yes, the Music Bowl Christmas carols in Melbourne are amazing. I've always wanted to go to that. I've been to the Christmas carols here in Perth and on local ones here and local ones in Adelaide, and the big one in Adelaide at Elder Park near the Festival Theatre. And I've sung in several here in Perth and several little ones in Adelaide as well, which has been quite fun and really, really a great atmosphere. Seeing all the candles or lights in the audience is really good on a hot summer's evening, which is probably very different to here for people in the Northern Hemisphere who are, starting to warm up for the cold winter ahead. So anyway, I've done a little bit of tidying up of my song this morning. It is morning here in Perth, Western Australia, where I am residing and making all my music. So let's have a little bit of a listen, and it might sound a little bit more familiar now. And that's where I lose the bass because I ran out of time to get that done. So need to do a little bit more there, but I was tidying the main tune up to make sure that that's all okay. I think that needs a little bit more tidying up because I heard a bit of a wonky note in there. I'll have to listen to that again now. And I'll stop at where the wonkiness is because I'm not sure where the wonky is happening. But all this sounds all right so far. There's a wonky note there somewhere. Okay, so this is where we'll use the new feature of Cubase Pro 13. There's the other track. Where's the wonky note? These are all a little bit quiet, so. Oh no, that is right, I think. I will have to check my actual sheet music if that's all right. Note or not? Where are we? This is bar 19 on mine, but I've got 2 bars. Okay. So it should be bar 17 on my sheet music. No, I want that one, bar 18. Let's see if that is correct. F, A. And I'm really bad at reading the bass clef. C, D, E, F, G, A. There we go. Should be a C, not a D. I knew there was a wonky note. So that should sound better now. That's better. Wonky note be gone. Okay, yep, that's fine. Okay, and that's where we're up to so far. So that's good. That's good. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to focus on that bit of the song and see if we can work out a bit of an arrangement, because it's a little bit boring to watch me just do. Yes, wonky be gone. There's a new design for my merch, for a new t-shirt. You know, have some MIDI notes and cross one out. Wonky note be gone. Right. So let's think about. So my process is usually to use everything on piano, only because I've done everything on piano all my life, as in a real stand-up piano in music rooms and rehearsal places and green rooms and such things. On occasion, I've had the opportunity to use grand piano, which sounds amazing, but usually it's a little stand-up in the corner that's been completely neglected and is somewhat out of tune on a couple of wonky notes. So it's just my natural process and natural go-to to do everything in piano, whether the piano track is what is going to remain or not. At least then I've got the MIDI programmed in and I can copy and paste and alter it accordingly. So I'm thinking of starting this with just the piano, or here's another one, a classical guitar. So here's a track, if I can find it. Think Signatures. So this is one of Spitfire Audio's instruments, and it is a lovely instrument, a classical guitar sound. Now I've got to, so there's different guitars, and you can, and there's different sort of sounds in the true Spitfire Audio tradition. They like to get normal samples and then make them all weird and wonderful and sound completely different to what they're supposed to be. I think I just want plucked notes, pulled notes. No. Strummed. It's too harsh. I like the first one, I think. Let's try that one, the Brady plucked notes, and see what happens there. And what we'll do is we'll Put that up there and we'll make it a different colour. What colour should we make it? This pretty colour. And all I'm going to do is copy this down here and mute this one, and here, let's take a listen and see what it sounds like. And then get rid of the chords. So we'll mute the chord track. I think that will be really nice. Ashley, just having wins all round for a great Friday and what's going to be a great weekend. Nice. Your sound system's ready to pick up. Woohoo. Yes, you spoke about your speakers weren't playing nicely to be able to hear everything correctly. So I'm hoping this works better for you. The other instrument I'm thinking, I do think that sounds really nice actually, and I think we'd have to increase the velocity because that's, so Control A to pick all of them, and you go to here and you can scale vertically, which is just awesome. All of those all at once and turn them all up. But I do want to, no, I don't want to duplicate. But I do want, there's a few little notes in here that actually I might do, and that's right, I'll just pick them up that way. So it's a little bit more random and stuff, but they're not too quiet. So if I just follow the shape, that sounds lovely. That might make it a bit more natural that way, but also a bit more even. There we go. Okay, so let's hear how that sounds. That sounds nice. And then I'm thinking from that point, or maybe further on, is because the track goes for a little way, introducing more instruments and making it build up. So we can go with then pulling down the chords for the string section. So yeah, I think just the first little bit. So from that point on, and this is a cool part about this, I hope this works, fingers crossed. If we just drag that there, it'll still leave that there, but it'll give me the C chord in here. It's so cool. And then I can manipulate it, copy, paste, whatever I want to do. So I'm thinking because this is more of a bass line, I might get the basses and cellos to copy this a little bit. So what I want to do, I'm going to use the new feature. Can I do this? Oh, look at that. Look at that. There we go. And then do Alt. It works. Isn't that cool? That is so cool. They've done that better. That's nice. And then have a look at this. I should rename it. So this is basses. So I'm looking at the right thing. That's interesting. Let's take a look at this for a moment. What it has done, if you look at this, there's MIDI all the way across. I just highlighted that section and copied it, Alt, and then dragged it down to there. But it has retained what it didn't copy, but muted it. Interesting. So if I wanted to change my mind, I wonder if I could just do that. Look at that. That's pretty cool. So it's basically done the same as if I copied the whole thing and then did that. Nice. Well done, Cubase. I'm impressed. You're making life a little bit easier for us, which is nice. Now, whether it could do that before and I just didn't know about it because I'd never used it like that before, who knows? Let's listen to the bass strings. Thought that'd be the case. That's a bit too high for the basses. So we need to actually, and it's not a bad thing that I've got all that there, down an octave. Let's try that again. Right, that sounds pretty good. Would I do it differently and better? Yes, because this is longs. So I've got this as Cine Strings by Cine Samples, which is my favourite string library, I must say. That's the wrong button. Try this one. Cine Strings, I can't even spell. So at the moment, I've got basses, sustains there. Will I use basses, sustains or long notes at some point? Possibly. So I would rather have another track for either spiccato, sforzando or staccato. So staccato means detached, not necessarily short, but spiccato has a nicer sort of attack sound, and it's just a little bit louder, clearer perhaps. So I'm going to just duplicate that track and make that basses shorts. Not that the basses are wearing shorts, who knows, but the basses players may be wearing shorts. I'm not here to judge, but what I will do is change this to a shorter version. So we'll get rid of that. And let's try, usually spiccato sounds good. Let's hear what that sounds like and just solo that. And sometimes it's good to layer them with longs. that's not too bad. So you can do it with either, but I think with just the longs, that's not bad. But then with the shorter notes, it's then too short, but with both together, it's not too bad, and I think in the scheme of things, it will sound okay. So let's do the same with the cello and duplicate that, and we'll make that one the longs, and that one the shorts. And again, it's just easy to control. It's I find easier than key switches. So it depends. Some people use key switches and only have the one track. Other people use separate tracks and they split them up, and you can then EQ them differently and change things differently in mic positions and all that sort of thing as well. I think this has a little bit more control in how you can do it. So let's reset this. Instead of the sustains, actually another way we can do it is find out where we're at. So I've got sustains. So if we go back, that's staccato. So let's listen to this with staccato. And we're basically going to have the same there, but up an octave. So Control A to have all of them, and then Shift up arrow to put it up an octave, and then that should be in the right range for the cello. Shift Enter to change the name, and then Alt arrow up to copy that and change the name there. Okay, so now that we've done that, let's listen to staccato rather than spiccato and hear the difference and see which one sounds better. So this is the spiccato for the basses. They're a bit shorter. Maybe the staccato would be better. Let's have a look at whereabouts would this be? So spiccato, so one to the right should be staccato. Let's leave it at staccato and hear that. Yeah, that does sound better. Do we then need the longs with it? That all sounds okay, I think. All right, so let's go with staccato. Let's just do the shorts and hear how that sounds. So let's just mute the longs for now. That's not too bad. Getting there. I do like the chord of the strings there. We might break that up for violins 1, 2, and violas. So this is where my arranging hat needs to come on, and I'm going, I don't know what to do. Indecisiveness. I get that a lot. All right. So the long sounds sound amazing with these strings, but the shorts sound good for that, but they're getting a bit over. They're getting a bit lost. That's what I know what I mean to say. So they're getting a little bit lost, unfortunately, because of the strings there. Now, I think keep that playing. I think it's actually, I wonder if we don't bring the strings in until there, maybe. Let's listen to these. I think we need something to start from there, but we need to break it up. Okay. So, I do have some notes. I make notes and I use them a bit. I'm looking for my orchestration stuff. Okay. So when you're doing that's the order of the instruments. There's a way of what doubles what. I can't remember what I've done with it. Nope. See, when you take notes, have some order to them so you can find them again. But I'd have to Google that. But I'm pretty sure. Oh, look, Creative License. I think the violas double the violins. Oh, no, I'm thinking of, what other instruments. So if I had an oboe, that would double with the violins one and all that sort of thing, and French horns and things. Okay, yeah. So I think I'm just going to use strings, I think. Although horns might be good later. Full orchestra. This could end up bigger than Ben-Hur. Was Ben-Hur really that big? You got to question these things sometimes. I believe so, but I don't know my history. Not that well anyway. Okay, I'm rambling again. Let's get on with it. Yes, let's get on with it. Let's have a look at the C chord and see what works here. So I'm thinking, what have we got? C, G, C, E. Okay, so we've got first inversion here, which is nice. I think. And get rid of that. So I'll have the C for violins 1, and then we might have the E for violins 2. And then I think we'll have the G for, oops, don't change a note. Okay, let's hear what that sounds like. Nice. That's not bad, actually. That's not bad at all. So let's continue with that and drag and drop that down there and copy to those two. And what we need to do then as we continue is then glue these together so we get some consistency of flowing of the parts. There is a term for it. My brain's not switched on this morning, but that's okay. Then we can look at all the MIDI all in one. I think that would work. Maybe, or continue the C actually. That would be better. So that continues the C. That one is an E. That should go up to the F. That works. And what can we do here? This is the G. That can go up to the A. That sounds nice. Okay, and then we've got the C again. So basically we should continue with yeah. So the top one, here we go. Yeah, we can do this. So we can work on and because we've got all three ticked, we can work on all three MIDI at once. Isn't that wonderful? Rather than closing that and going back and going, that's what I used to do, and we don't have to anymore. So that's really, really cool. That sounds really nice. That sounds really nice. I really need to do more courses to get better at arranging. I've got them there, sitting there. That's my plan for next year. It was going to be my plan for this year, and this year's almost over, and I've done not as much as I wanted to. So I'm going to really, really focus on getting better at writing music and arranging music, because I really do enjoy this and I want a really good end result. And I don't feel I'm getting it because I lack the knowledge and skills to do it. So I want to definitely get better at this. So we've got E, G, B, E. How about that goes there? It goes down to the B. This one we can... yes, thank you, Ashley. I need to save it. You saved me, my friend, so many times, because I do forget. I get in the zone and I forget to save. Let's just continue that G. So let's save it. Thank you, Ashley. Appreciate your help there. So, I mean, it's a bit of a boring string part, but I might make it a little bit more interesting later on. But at least we've got the bare bones of something happening here. I think it sounds nice. Let's continue with this little bit and see how we go. So B7. What does B7 look like these days? Hey, what's a B7 chord? Glue those together. And And let's do the others while we're here, just to make it a little bit quicker. Might make it quicker for ourselves, who knows. And then the G at the end. Right. Okay. So let's glue all that together. Glue, 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 glue. Lots of gluing. And we'll go in and we'll check all of those and do them all at once. There we go. So this is where we're up to. And I reckon we'll have the A. And then the G. There. So let's get rid of is that right? I think so. Then violins 2. That works. And then the violas can play that. Now, who's playing that one? Let's get rid of all of those notes there. Violins 1, violins 2. Should be that, I hope. I hope this is right. We'll find out in a minute. Violas. What are you doing, violas? Hang on. Okay, yeah, one must be visible. Okay, so we've got violins. Oh, have we got... Okay, there we go. Violins 1, violins 1 is that. Violins 2 is that. Violas need to get rid of that, and that should be right. I hope. We'll wait and see. Let's play that from that bit there. So that works. I'm happy with that. That kind of works. That only took 45 minutes. I thought that was going to take a lot longer than that. Okay. Right. Good then. Does it sound how I want it to? Look, for that bit, yes. I don't want to build it up too much too quickly. I've got it in my head what I want to do. But again, it's one of those things, trying to get it out of my head into the door is the challenging part. So, sounds amazing, does it, Ashley? Good. I'm glad, because that's what I was aiming for. Amazing was the sound that I was going for. Fantastic. Okay. So, I like the guitar at the beginning. It was either going to be guitar or harp, but I think guitar sounds good. And that's going to be sung, so it's not going to be played by the piano. I just have the piano track so I can hear the notes to sing. makes it easier for me. So, right, so we've got to get back to the sheet music and get the rest of the notes in, don't we? So that is bar 25 we're up to. And we want to take the piano off again. Oh, let's listen to that. Actually, let's mute the chords and the piano, that's right. What we want to do is let's put the longs back in, the cello and basses, and hear what that sounds like. Compared with I think it just muddies it up a bit if we have the longs in there. I think it's better with the staccato. Right, so that works. So yeah, I don't think we want the longs in there. So what I'll do is I'll delete cello longs there and bass longs there. We just have the shorts. Because I might use the longs, the sustains for something else later on, similar to what I'm using the violins and the violas for. That makes sense. Right, so let's work on this piano track. Now I've got 2 bars there, so I should be, if this is bar 25, I should be up to where? where? Should be bar 22. Now, why have I got that long note there? Did I miss play that? That should be a C, D, E, G, B. I'm really bad at reading bass clef. C, D, E, B, G. I don't know why that's down an octave. It shouldn't be. B, C, D. And it's an E anyway. Don't know where that came from. Okay. So what I want to do is put it on step recording, and it's going to be 8th notes. That should be right. So there's step input up here. One of the many reasons that I got Cubase was for this functionality. I saw Guy Mitchell-Moore do it on one of his videos about a year, 18 months ago, and I thought, oh, I want to do that. And I tried to work out how to do it in Cakewalk, and it was just too hard. So I was like, yeah, I'm changing. That's it. That's me done, because I'm not a great piano player. I'm not even a mediocre piano player. I'm barely up to the level of being a crap piano player. So having step input is just amazing. So this is at the start of bar, I don't know what, 24, so that's 22, so that's 3. Oh, no, that was right. So that is not an E. I'm reading the wrong one. If I play that, unsolo it. Right. So that is the start of, how about I delete that one? Delete that note and arrow key to move that little blue line, because that's where your step input starts from. Arrow key left and right to do that, and that way it's at the point where I want it to start, and that is there. So let's get onto the keyboard and try and read bass clef while I'm doing this, which I'm not very good at. So that was right. It is a, where's middle C? So it's G below middle C. Oh, excuse me. It is the G below middle C. It's an octave lower. So it is G. That was right before. There you go. G, B, D, G. I mean, it's fairly easy, but I'm probably making it harder for myself. G, B, D, G, B, D. And then we go up. I mean, it's basically an arpeggio anyway. C, E, G, C, G, E. Scroll down the page. C, E, G, C. Go back. C. Oh, where am I up to? Yep. G, E. And then we go back down to C, B, A, G, G, B, D, G, D, B, G, B, D, G, B, D, and then up to the C, C, E, G, C, G, E, C, E, G, B. That changed, didn't it? Haha, keep me on my toes. G, E, G, and then, what's that? A. Yes, that is an A. Good. A. B, C, E. E. F, G. A. C. A. No, that was a B. Wrong note. A. E. And the velocities on this are terrible, so I have to change it all, but that's okay. And then it's the same again, is it? Yeah, so A, E, A, C, A. One thing with step recording, you can't hold on to the notes one after the other. So let's just turn that off a second and duplicate that, because it's the same for those two bars by the looks of it. And then put that back on. Yep, it's in the right place. And then, what note's that? That would be an E, I reckon, because it's an E minor chord. E, F, G, A, B. Yep, so E, B, C, D, E, F, G, E, B. This takes a long time, but once it's all done, and I need to get back to my piano lessons. Oh my goodness. I'd like to be able to, my goal for the last several years has been to be able to play Christmas carols on the piano and sing along with them at Christmas time. Many, many years I have wanted to do this. Have I done it yet? No. I've got to live a long time to get all this done, but I will. I've got to practice more. So I haven't been. Now that I've done that, I'm completely lost as to where I'm up to. Okay, thank goodness for bar numbers. Okay, so I'm up to 36. It'll be 34. Oh, excuse me on here. So that will be I can go backwards. B, A, G. That's E again. Okay, so we're going to, is that the same? E, B, E. That's the same as the previous bar. Pretty sure? Yep. So I'm going to cheat again, turn that off, do that and duplicate it. And so that's not this. Oh no, hang on. That is the same as that. And then it's, what am I looking at here? That is the same, but one note down. So we can duplicate those, but then put them down. That's not an A sharp, so it's that one. That should be right. D, E, F, G, A, B. E, F, G, A. So that should be A, B, C, D, E, F. Yep, that's right. Good-o. And is that the same for the next bar? Yes, it is. So then we'll just Control D and duplicate that. And then where am I up to? 34, 35. That's bar 36, which is 38. That's that one. So it's duplicated that one. And then I wonder if we duplicate it again, but then move it all up. So it should be starting from the A, C, D, E, F, G, A, and C. Yeah, that's right. Okay. So we're getting there. We're up to bar 38. So that's interesting. Okay, so if I do this next bit, then I know where I'm up to. Now I'm going to save it because I don't want to lose this. And I'll just minimize that for a second. Okay. How are we going there, Ashley? I'm not too boring for you, am I? I've only done a few bars. Let's hear how this sounds. Oh no, I've done a bit. So let's copy that MIDI down to the guitar. velocity is all over the place. All good? Yeah, okay, good. Thanks for that, Ashley. Well done, you. I'm going to make this a little bit better. So it's not that loud, but we'll just... Okay, that might have been a bit loud. No, there is a way of doing this where you can actually randomize it a bit. But I will play with that a little bit more later. But what I can do then is, once that's done, is delete that and copy that to there. And at least we've got the guitar playing that. And we can do the same then for the shorts of the cello and basses, and do shorts and basses, and we just need to, for the basses, we need all of them and down an octave, and rename them, and that should be better. Don't need a 1 in there. Okay. So let's listen to that now from the beginning. Let's take the chord track off the piano chords. We don't want that, do we? We want... There we go. I want to take the piano off. Just the guitar. Oh, that sounds lovely. So yeah, I've got to fix up the main melody as well. As you remember from my previous live stream, my piano playing is crap. So I really didn't do well on that. So I've got to fix that up. But that is sounding really, really nice. So it's a good place to start. Now, what I was looking at here, let's just listen to the shorts of the cello and the basses with the metronome for myself, because I need to hear if they're on time or not. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. They're a little bit behind. So track delay in milliseconds. Let's hit that, make sure we're on the right one. And we want to -3 perhaps. Let's try -3 for both of those. Almost, it's almost there. So make sure you're on the right track when you do this. Okay. 4, 5, 6. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Still out. Or do I want... am I putting it the wrong way? Do I want it that way? Let's do one, not the other. Then I'll be able to tell what I'm doing. I think it needs to be positive. I'm doing the wrong way. So I want to, yes, I want it to come in earlier, so it needs to be positive. That's getting closer. I think. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Gee, they are late. That's 1 millisecond, isn't it? So I think before, I think it was almost about 3 milliseconds from memory. Let's try that. So I thought that was 3 seconds, but it's not, it's milliseconds. 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4. It's still late. Oh, 5. Is that right on the bar? And the notes are right on the bar. Yep. Okay. So they're all in the right alignment, but I reckon it's still going to be a fair bit. Let's take it up to 6 milliseconds. It might be quite a bit more. I don't know. It's a bit of guesswork. That's better. 1, 2, 3, 4. How about our count? 1, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It almost needs a bit more. I reckon 8. Let's go 8. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's still not quite there. Let's go 12. Not 128. 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, now put that with the guitar. It's still late. The guitar is on time. They're still late. Let's do 20 more seconds. It's still slow, so I'm thinking, yeah, no, if I increase it. Or is that increasing the delay? That's what I'm trying to work out. I can't remember which way it works. I think I want it. Well, let's do like 1,000. Okay, 800's top. That's for the cello. Let's mute that and hear if I'm doing it the right way. Right, so positive makes it slower. There you go. So I was doing it the wrong way. So I want it minus 100 and see if that works. There we go. It's probably a bit too much. Minus, not 880, perhaps. There we go. That's what I needed. I couldn't remember which way it went. So now that should sound a lot better. Much better. So the reason that string libraries, some, not all, some string and other instruments too have a delay is because that if you're actually conducting an orchestra, on the downbeat is when you get to the bottom of the downbeat is when the sound should be produced. But you actually hear the sound, as in the samples, microphones, or in the audience later. So you actually see the violinist almost playing ahead of the beat in order to compensate for that. So some string libraries, as you hit the MIDI, that's when they start to down bow and play, but it's not when you actually hear the sound. So you've got to actually change the track delay if you are just creating music in a DAW for that reason. So it sounds better as a mock-up and as music that you're going to produce, but also, so if you were going to extract the actual sheet music from this, then all of the sheet music would look correct, because if you start altering the MIDI, then you wouldn't be able to have a look at somewhere in here you can actually look at I've never done that. I know I've done it by accident and thought, oh, how did I get that? But you can actually look at the actual sheet music. Sampler, MIDI, chord pads, no. Yes, editor. There we go. Score editor. So that's what it would look like. So if you are going to change it in the MIDI, then it would change the sheet music as well. So there you go. If you're going to export this and print it out, etc., for an actual cellist to play. That's a key editor then. There you go. So that's what that little thing does. Learning things all the time. So there you go. Right. So that's better. At least I've got my tracks sounding better. Now, in saying that, are the longs in a similar circumstance? So let's just do the first violins and hear if they are correct. 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I need to hear a change, don't I? So they are a little bit behind as well. So I think it might be worth changing all of them to minus, it was minus 80, wasn't it? Yes, minus 80. And if that is correct, because sometimes each articulation is slightly different too. It's all a bit challenging, isn't it? Yes. So let's hear that. 4, 5, 6. That sounds good. 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's got a little bit of a delay, so it does still sound a bit more natural, so that's fine. So I think we'll change all of them to minus 80 milliseconds, and that will bring them all forward a little bit. Let's do the lot while we're here, otherwise we'll forget. And just in case we use the longs of these, then they're all consistent. Lovely. And save. Right. Good-o. Okay. So what is next? We've still got a lot of this to do. We've got the melody to fix up too. So let's take a look at that now. Let's take all of these off. So we've got the piano there. Let's look at this one. The main melody. Good-o. Yes, good-o, Ashley. Good-o. All good for good-o. Let's play it from here. from there, apparently. Let's have a look at my music. Should be about 31. Okay. So at bar 31, we've got C. All the way to there. Let's just write them in, be better. Then B. Then A. Am I a bar out? I did that for too long, didn't I? Did I or didn't I? 1. Yeah, I did. Silly goose. That's supposed to go to there. That's better. And then we've got go to there, yeah. Why is that not? It's not lined up. There we go. That needs to be shorter. Right. One and halfway through there. And then B. My piano playing at the start for the melody wasn't too bad. My right hand works well sometimes, but not always. Right. That just goes to the end of the bar. And then so we just want That's right. And just for that bar there. And then G. That goes for the whole bar. And
1st of December.
is that right?
Yeah, it's what it sounds like here. All the RAC stuff is. Give us a report. Some things might be affected.
Interesting, that should be 48.
I don't know if you
647, 48.
So the broadband one at least.
D, C. Let's have a look. Okay. Halfway through that bar is D. C. 1 and a bit bars. And then we've got woohoo! Done it. Yay. The bit. That's the first time through. Then it's different for the second time through. All right. So that's the melody for that. So that's 2 minutes. So we then repeat the whole song again. So it's about a 4-minute song. So we've got a lot of room to actually change things around and do lots of different arranging and that sort of thing. And I think, there's lots of scope and room to bring in the whole orchestra. So is this going to be a huge project for me? Yes. Will I get it done in time for this Christmas? Who knows? Because the other song, my really, really, really favourite Christmas song, which is not a traditional Christmas carol at all, but one of my absolute favourite pieces of music, is definitely still under copyright, not in public domain like this is. So I will have to do it not on the live streams, and so that will be a lot of work in the background as well to get it out in time. But then I will have four songs for my Christmas EP. It was going to be a Christmas album, but not the case. So I think what I'll try and do next year is I'm trying to plan my year a little bit more structured, I think, and get into some really good habits, because at the moment it's not. It's just not happening. So I think I'll try and do it a little bit better. So, but that's okay. That's okay. So, what we've got here is, let's go back to doing chords again. And yeah, 4-track EP with this will be one of the songs, and the other two that I've done on previous live streams, which I think is Joy to the World and Angels on High, which are a couple of my other favourite ones. But I do have several others, of which will take a while to produce because they're just a little bit more challenging. One is Coventry Carol, which is no instruments, it's a cappella. Now that sounds lovely with a group of people. I only have me, unless I was going to get other people to sing on it with me or for me or something. Excuse me. So that's going to be a bit challenging, but with the new, what is it? Isotopes product for vocals, I can mimic, I think, a bass singer using my own voice and then drop it down a full octave. So I could pull it off, and when it sounds okay and sounds a little bit realistic and not too bad, for want of a better word, not too bad when it's with other voices, more natural voices. So if I could sing all the parts for that, Coventry Cowbell a cappella would be an interesting project to do. So I would like to do that, but that one's a little bit more challenging and would be a lot of work to get an a cappella sounding radio ready sort of thing. So I'm going to leave that till I have a little bit more experience and knowledge. So that'll be next year's Christmas. Maybe album by then. Who knows? Let's see what we can come up with. In the meantime, we've got this one to do. So let's save this before I forget. And I'm not sure whether I'll get a chance to work on this more before the next live stream or not, because I've got a busy weekend, because I am taking part in Astrofest, my love for astronomy and the stars and everything sciencey and nerdy and geeky and the cosmos and stuff. So I'm going to be volunteering down there with my son and his telescope in Curtin University, south of Perth, or part of Perth Metro. And so that's an all-day night event tomorrow. So that's most of my weekend gone. So by the time I get to Sunday stream, I'm going to be pretty tired. But also I don't know whether I've done any more of this. So we'll see. We'll see how I go. All right, let's do some more chords and pull these down and do the same again and just work on getting a few of these chords done for the violins. And I'm not sure where to change it. Possibly here. I think from this point. Maybe. Yeah, so from that point I want something different. So it's not going to be just chords. So it's really, oops. Okay, so that's C and then another C there. So it's going to be the same at that point anyway. It'll be fine when we glue it together. Gluing. No, there we go. Now we're good. Okay, so from that point on we want it differently. I don't know how different. I'm going to guess at what it's gonna be, and it'll be great. It'll be fine. Yeah, I love astronomy. Puts everything into perspective when you look through a telescope and you're looking at Saturn and the rings of Saturn and the moons going around Saturn or Jupiter or the moon, and you just think, yeah, my issues and problems and stress and worries are so not that they don't matter, they still matter, but in the scheme of things, they're not that significant. So it's not that it's insignificant, they still matter, they're still important. But wow, in the scheme of things, why worry about stuff, really? You know, everything is so big and, yeah, just it's not worth it. It's not worth stressing. So for me, astronomy is just to admire the wonders of nature, and it helps you to respect our planet a little bit more, of how precious and small and tiny we actually are in the cosmos. Not just our galaxy, the Milky Way, or our universe, but the entirety of everything. We are just, as rightly so stated, we are this little pale blue dot, so. And we're just making music. So let's have a look at this and see if we can, and I still haven't remembered the term for this, where you actually have the notes doing the same sort of thing. So we're looking at the third note here. So we're going to have the C going across here. This is violins 1. We're going to have the B up an octave, and then we're going to have the C again. Oh yeah, that works. Yeah, the middle C. And to there, and then the B. And then we'll delete those. Oh, yeah, no, that's right. That's the G. Across to there. So we don't need those. And what did I just do? Oh yeah, and so if we get rid of those, maybe. That sounds really nice. Now let's have a look at violins 2. I like how I don't have to close this window. I can just swap from one to the other. That is so good. And then I can bring violins 1 up here and see what I've done up here. That is so. Thank you, Cubase. Thank you, Steinberg. Thank you, Steinberg, for making Cubase that much more awesome. And even if you mouse over them. That's cool. That's cool. That's just really cool. Right, so we've got, I reckon that line there works well. Just E, D, E, D, E, 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 D, 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 D. That works. And then the violas. And just stay on the G by the looks of it for the entire thing. That kind of works. Nice. And so we'll just get rid of those and just extend the G all the way along. So then we've got, that's violins 2 and violins 1. That works. Okay. All right, so that's the violas done. And we've still got the odd notes there. Get rid of those. And then we should be right. Okay. So let's play that last little bit from here. Now, do I want to put the chords in for that? Because it does sound lovely just with the chords. Yeah, I think so, because then we've got all of this still to go for the first time through. Yeah, let's keep going with the chords, I think, because they do sound lovely. They sound really nice and lush. So A minor to there, E minor to there, and then D minor. So I think even if I do change the strings to play something else, I think it needs to be all based on the key it's in and the chords and the notes anyway, so we can work around that. Okay, so let's glue all that together. Lovely. And let's get in there and have a look at it, shall we? So this is violins. So we've been doing these notes. Let's highlight all of those and put them up an octave and then get rid of the rest. That should work. And then let's have a look. I love this. This is so cool. I was about to close the window and go back into it again. It's muscle memory already in them. Yeah, this is cool. So cool. So again, with this, we can do the E, F, and then the E. So that works for the second violins. We can get rid of that. And that and that. And that's the second violins. Violas. Get rid of those. And they can just go up to the A, G, A. There. Get rid of those. And so we have that sounds nice. And then I need to put more music in because we've run out of music already. How about we continue with the chords, because that seems to be easier than trying to write the music with my very, very lame and slow reading of the bass clef of sheet music, which is really horrendous. So I won't put you through that, but I might put all those chords down, I think, because that does sound just lovely. So I'll save that. And yeah, it is such a good new feature. I actually missed that when I came across from Cakewalk, because Cakewalk does have that sort of feature, and it is something that I did miss, but Cubase had way more features and better features that I wanted or needed more for my own workflows, and I have certainly used more. So, but yeah, now that Cubase has got it, it's just like, oh, I'm so using it all the time. It is just so good, only because my piano playing sucks. But that's okay. So we'll continue doing this because this seems to be working. I'm in a bit of a flow at the moment, so I work with your strengths and I know I can just get this done. And then once it's all done up to the end here, then it's just a case of copy and paste the entire thing, and for the second part, make it just a little bit different, so a variance, and maybe bring in more instruments like horns and woodwinds and the rest of the orchestra, basically. I don't know how. No, I do. I do know how to write for the rest. It'll be similar but different, but it will be I'll have to do my research again as to what instruments are better to double up with other things. So things like oboe and violin and French horn and something else. So bassoon, I can't remember what it is. I know I wrote it down somewhere and I've got it in a safe spot. Do you ever do that? Do you write something down and go, or put something in a safe place and then lose it completely? I do that all the time. Maybe it's just me. Oh, well. Oh, well. You get that. All right. So this is, I do like the chord tracks because it just makes life so much easier when you're writing parts. Well, for me, it does anyway. Oops. So I just really like the ease of using chord tracks and the chord pads to write stuff as well. So it's really good. Alrighty. So that is that. Let's glue it all together. I wonder if I can do that. And then glue. Ha ha! I wonder if I can do 2 tracks at a time. Let's find out. And glue. Look at that. See? Little ways of saving time and improving your workflow means you can write more music more often. That should go on a t-shirt too. Okay, so enough about t-shirts. But if you want some merchandise, the link's in the description below. Alrighty, so let's look at this. Where are you up to? So again, we've got all the chords here. We've been basically using the middle note and so I've got all of those up and octave, that's the one. So bring those across. That's one long note. Okay, and then delete the rest of those. Okay, and now violins 2. So that was the middle, which was the middle note? Yeah, that was the D. Hang on. Oops, wrong way. So yeah, so the D, E, D, C. Is that right? D, E, D, C. Yep. So, get back here. So with this one, stop that. There we go. Right. So from there, the EDC is what I had there. So this one should be, yeah, the top note, isn't it? Yes. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. So that should be, oops, that should be a G all the way to there, F, E, da, da, da. The D there, da, 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 da. I saw Mario Brothers the other day, the movie. Not bad. It was all right. I mean, for those who played those sorts of computer games back in the day, bit of a nod to the fans. Not a movie I'd watch again though. But that's okay. Does that look about right? I think it does. I don't know why that's doing that. Stop it. Stop it. Okay, so then violas. What are violas doing? They're doing the bottom note. Yes, I said bottom. A. Yeah, let's go down to there. Let's do the lower. No. That one. That one. And the G. The A. So that should be G all the way to there and there and there, and then we delete all of those. That could work. So we should have something that sounds okay-ish. Hopefully. Still got to fix the velocities, but otherwise that should be right. That sounded a bit off. Maybe the C isn't all the way across, maybe because I didn't. G7C. Oh, I think I'm out somewhere. So that should be. Okay, so that. So if you go bar 50 here, it's 2 bars ahead, so that should be bar 48 on the music. So let's have a look at that, shall we? For 6, 4, 7, 48. No, that's right. It just sounds a bit odd, doesn't it? C over G, G7. Aha, we can have a look at all of them now. No, not that. Where was it? Where was it? It's a lot of MIDI to look at, but anyway, it's not a bad way to do it. It's about from here. That's what I thought. So 50. So bar 50, my bar 52 should be, if we go down here, 50. So it's bar 52 should be an F. Aha, I have these out of whack, which means I reckon I've got something out of whack back here. Maybe. So I think there's a little something not quite right. So let's work back then. There's one that should be for 2 bars. So I've got C, G7, C over G, F, C over E. That's supposed to be C over E. Something's not right. Then G7 over F, then G, and then 2 bars of C. Right. So these need to be, so it's bar 48. It's wrong. So at that point I need to extend those a bar. Right. That is where I need to do it. And they need to move up a bar. And that extends there. So they need to be from 48. No. This bit. No. Yes. Those need to move there, and those need to be extended to there. I've got one note that played nicely, so, and they just need to be extended. This violin's 1, yeah. Violins 2, same. And violas, I think we're all good to go because that extends all the way. And then all we need to do is then glue them all together again so we can highlight those and do that. And that.
I reckon
Go back to there. That should fix that. There we go. Is there a break there?
So, yes, very far away.
There is.
Yeah.
There's a note missing. Why is there a note missing for the dear violas? I deleted a note, did I? That's a bit silly. That should be that, I think. That's better. One of the chords isn't quite right because there's a C over E somewhere. C over G. I'll have to double check those. We're running out of time. Would you believe it's the end of 2 hours? I can't believe time has flown so quickly, but we've got something that resembles something-ish. Well, I'm going to play it from the start. It's not brilliant yet, but it's on its way. It's sounding really nice. I'm pretty happy with it, actually. So let's save it. Let's close the show on the sound of, all of this. Let's bring in the piano chords because I think that'll sound good. We'll start off with the guitar and then bring in the strings and leave the piano chords in there just to give it a bit more body. And I'm looking forward to developing this one a bit further. Save again because you can never save too many times, just in case. Worked for years with computers many, many years ago, and things can fall apart and blue circles of death, etc. So just in case. Oh, excuse me. Always save. Always save. All right. Thank you for joining me, Ashley. It has been a pleasure, my friend. Congratulations on getting Cubase Pro 13. As I said, check out the YouTube channel Cubase. Great tutorials there on the new features, but also lots of other stuff. Lots of tips and stuff. check out Born to Produce as well, and Mixdown Online, which is Chris Salim's YouTube channel. Who else? There's another one which has some amazing, really short, amazing YouTube videos as well. Music Tech, I think it's called Music Tech, which is Cubase. So yeah, lots of channels around and lots of courses and things to have a look at. So enjoy Cubase. I certainly do. So I'm going to get rid of my face off the screen and mute my microphone, and you can just enjoy what I've done so far. And yes, have a great weekend, Ashley, and thank you again for joining me. And everyone else, have a great weekend wherever you are, and make some music, enjoy life, and have some moments of joy. And that's what I focus on when it comes to Christmas time, and that's what it means to me anyway. You know, no matter what your belief or faith or anything else is, it's about being kind to one another and enjoying life as best you can. On that happy note, until then, a bit more, let's press play and listen to this once again, what we've done so far. Take care, everyone.